WMUC Sports Men's Lacrosse Insider. I'm Stephen Dilsizian, and this week we're going to jump right into things with the Terps losing in the Pacific Coast Shootout to Notre Dame with a final score of 9-4. The game was indeed, though, a lot closer than that final score suggests. But last night, the Terps played Drexel in Pennsylvania with another away game, and they came out with that one with a victory, with a great bounce-back game of a 12-8 final score. Against Drexel, it did seem like the offense was finally able to click, with 4 goals from junior midfielder Colin Heacock and Matt Rambo having a hat trick on his own. I had a chance to talk to Rambo about the progression of the offense coming off of this win at Drexel.
No, you guys look like you did take out that anger a little bit from the loss on Drexel. Looks like the offense was finally clicking on kind of all cylinders. You guys went 1 for 3 on man up, which is, I guess, something that you guys may be working a little tougher on this week against Princeton. Or is there anything in particular offensively?
We're just trying to find the chemistry, and it's a building thing with offense. Chemistry doesn't just come in a day. We have building pieces. As I said earlier, you have guys that haven't played before. We're just trying to get in the mesh, and we just gotta trust the system. And I'd rather peak in May than we do right now.
Exactly.
The Terps have played 3 away games now in a row and head on the road once again to face off against Princeton this Saturday. The long road trip has been difficult for the Terps. However, this upcoming trip in New Jersey is what one player calls home. Number 44 senior midfielder Pat Young is originally from New Jersey and recently transferred from UMBC to the Terps this past summer. Young notched his first 2 Maryland career goals against Drexel and is looking forward to playing his hometown team in front of his family and his friends. I talked to Pat about the difference between the UMBC locker room and the Maryland locker room, as well as the expectations of each program.
What's different in the Maryland locker room compared to your times at UMBC? If there's anything particular.
I would say that the camaraderie is just a bit different. I mean, there's a different attitude here. You're held to a higher standard. Like once we end practice, nobody's leaving the field right away. Everybody's getting extra work in and staying, that 5, 10, 20 minutes after whatever they got to do to help the team get better. So I guess I would just say you're held to a higher standard here.
What a guy like Pat Young brings to this Maryland offense is simply another athletic scoring threat at the midfield position, something that the team could definitely use. One thing that Young and specifically Rambo touched upon in both of their interviews was the chemistry offensively and how, quite frankly, it's not even close to where it can be. Rambo talked about how, it's a mixture of many things, though. It's the addition of new pieces such as freshmen, transfers, and bringing in guys who haven't necessarily seen the field a whole lot. Throwing them all into the mix offensively makes it understandably difficult to build that offensive chemistry. The thing that Rambo really honed in on was, it's better to peak in May and down the stretch than now. Looking down the stretch for Maryland, they've got a brutal schedule here, starting this Saturday at Princeton. We talked a little bit about that already. Then they've got number 10 North Carolina, followed by number 15 Albany. This is a really tough schedule that Maryland has, but that's exactly what this team needs to get better. This is what makes good teams great. They get the experience of playing these top-notch teams that they'll definitely see down the road in the NCAA tournament. Matt Rambo touched upon this. He said, "We schedule against teams that will make us better. There are no easy wins in our schedule," and that's exactly right. This is exactly what this team needs. And it all starts this Saturday, this tough stretch. It's the Terps, the Tigers, noon ESPNU. If you could catch that game. I'm Stephen Dilsizian, WMUC Sports Men's Lacrosse Insider. We'll see you next time.